New on Curiosity Stream.
From time to time, we have collisions between asteroids and the Earth.
We track them, we study them, we hope the big one never comes. Don't look up, it's Asteroid Rush. And alligators. They rarely get sick. They even outlasted the dinosaurs. Could they hold the secret to human longevity?
Their blood could have antibacterial applications.
Wade into the investigation on immortal alligators. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Talking desserts, the most popular dessert from each and every state on the way with the head chef. Intense meat and potatoes, but first time for a few emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
We have 2 birthdays today. Guys, my daughter Macy, pronounced Macy Mayhew, is turning the big 05 today. Just wanted to know how much her mom and dad love her so much, and crazy how fast she's growing and evolving. How about a little kid face sandwich and Mickey and Goofy telling her how much food that she is going to eat at Disneyland next week? That lucky girl. That from Tim the Tool.
Fish challenge.
Well, gosh, we sure do look forward to seeing you down in Disneyland, where you're going to eat as much food as you want. But here's the good news. It's going to be nothing but ice cream and cotton candy, and you eat until you puke on your daddy's lap.
Ah, and don't forget, you also want to start the morning off with the biggest cinnamon roll you can find. And I have them in my park. Then a soda, then the ice cream.
And no matter what Daddy says, I promise you, nothing is overpriced. You can get anything you want.
And remember, look your dad straight in the face and say, but it's Disneyland.
You can use your outdoor voice there.
Damn. You can use your outdoor voice. You're right, Miles.
You can. It's an amusement park.
Go ahead, scream it out.
Do it, man. You're so happy. Why not? Guys, today's my boyfriend Brandon's birthday. We're going camping. Can you have the Dirty Germans tell him what's in store for the camping trip with a bunch of weird, naughty camping innuendos? Happy birthday to my sexy 39-year-old man. Also, we walk around the house saying green beans all the time. Thanks, guys. That from Haley.
Yeah, if you play your cards right, you'll be pitching a tent long before you actually get to the campsite.
Yeah, I would suggest this. As any camper knows, always put on some rain fly. There's no participation or precipitation predicted.
Yeah.
So it'll be raining down something.
Yeah, dirty camping sex. Mosquitoes bite your ass while you pump and thrust.
Yeah, have sex the first 2 days, but day 3, nobody does.
Yeah, before you get stinky, get it done.
Yeah, be careful of little bugs in the river.
He calls it his penis.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you. We'll have a couple extra emails here from Who or What Ruined Your Name in yesterday's show. Fellas, I heard you guys talking about Ted's dog, Tigger. Reminded me of the time my Rottweiler was digging in my backyard. I came out the sliding glass door and yelled, "Don't be a digger!" Took my wife asking what I said to realize how bad that sounded.
Oh, yeah.
Stay beautiful. That from Rob in North Carolina.
I mean, sometimes, too, you gotta wonder, like, maybe his wife is racist.
Yeah, you racist ass wife.
Yeah, only racist people heard that other word.
Yeah. Who or What Ruined My Name? Guys, listen to my dad's 76th birthday episode from yesterday on the Odyssey app. Sorry I missed it. My parents named me after Princess Grace's husband, Prince Rainier of Monaco. And when I was born in Naples, Italy, my old man was stationed there in the Navy nearly 39 years ago. Then he transfers to Bremerton, Washington, where I learned that a mountain and a beer, amongst other things, I share my name with. I got a lot of S for that for years from other kids when I was in elementary school. Still hate my name to this day, despite my parents' and girlfriends' opinions, and no more grief. Could have been Roberts or Bob Jr. Stay beautiful, bitches. That from Rainier from Port Orchard. It is a very unique name. It's just the fact that it's very popular in this area.
Yeah, if you lived here, everyone will make an assumption.
If you're on the East Coast, people are like, oh, he's so sophisticated. Is it Rainier? Is it Rainier?
No, we call you, what is it, Rainier?
Rainier?
Yeah, Rainier.
It's Rainier, right?
Rainier.
But it is Rainier.
Is it Rainier?
Yeah.
I believe it's French.
Huh.
That's why people call it Rainier.
I always thought, like, like years ago, right, I was learning to snowboard, and I thought the people I was with were kind of kidding calling it Ronier.
Like Target, right?
Right, trying to make it sound fancier. And then, I just learned last weekend. My buddy's married to a Frenchwoman. He's like, no, that's how you pronounce it.
Does anyone call you Vitamin R?
Nah.
Have you ever heard that?
Vitamin R?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, for the beer, right?
Calling the guy Vitamin R.
Could we call him Tahoma?
Tahoma?
Well, that's the actual name of the mountain that the natives use.
Mm-hmm.
So his name's Rainier.
Yeah, go by Tahoma.
Guys, my name is Iva.
Maybe not.
My name is Iva, and a kid named Brian called me Iva Saliva. So I spit on him and told him that was saliva. Then proceeded to kick his ass. 7th grade. And from Iva.
Iva Saliva.
All of which Ellis was listening to your podcast since I usually work during the normal broadcasting hours. It was the Ruin Name segment. My little sister recently married a guy with the last name of Whore.
Oh.
So now her name is Mrs. Whore. My last name is Ortiz, so I get the Tito jokes all the time lately. Also, mispronounced alternatives. For my entire life since my name is Luke, I've also gotten the Luke Skywalker jokes. I've embarrassed all of the above because I kind of have to for my own sanity. If I could get a shout out for the Ale House and University Place right next to Tacoma Community College, that would be awesome. Let the peeps know that they're now a from-scratch kitchen, and we have over 30 beers on tap and a family-friendly area. Been listening to you guys since the 100.7 The Buzz days.
Damn.
Rock on, bitches. That from Luke, executive chef at the Ale House down there in University Place. Hey, do me a favor, Luke. Get the Men's Room Original Red on tap, or the original Ale.
The original ale.
And we'll give you some love, and I'll stop down there the next time I play golf at Chambers Bay. And so I can have a beer.
Do you think that's the same ale house like Hilltop and 74th Street Ale House?
I don't know.
Is there one up on Queen Anne?
You know what? It might be.
I think you're right. I think they have 2 or 3 locations.
They do. They have delicious food.
Yeah,
And hey, tell your sister, Mrs. Whore, we said hello.
I'm trying to think. I've been to a brew pub above the 19th Boathouse. Boathouse 19. I can't remember the name of it.
You're just talking golf now, all right?
No, I'm talking about after golf.
I know, after golf, the 19th hole.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, actually, I think it's the 19th. I don't know. Guys, my name is Richard Ramirez. I don't know who he was until my 20s. Then find out he's the Night Stalker through my 30s.
Yay.
I mess with people now if they say, I tell them he's my dad. But I go now Richie now, so say Frosty Boys. Okay, what else we got here? One more.
That's a deep reference, though. I wouldn't know that's the Night Stalker.
What I ate, inhaled, or tasted. What up, gentlemen? Last year I was at work and went to go brush my teeth and grabbed a tube of what I thought was my toothpaste out of my lunchbox. It was summertime. I had poison ivy the previous week. I mistakenly used hydrocortisone cream instead of my toothpaste. Took me a few seconds to realize that. My teeth did not fall out, so rock on. That from The Forest Dweller.
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the Men's Room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. Now listen, I will admit, as you get older, I don't feel like dessert is as important.
Sure.
You know what I mean? As a kid, sugar's everything. As an adult, you have different options, this and that. But nobody ever gets mad at dessert. You know what I mean? You're kind of like, will we get some, will we not? But when you order it, you're always happy you got some dessert, right?
Yeah.
Right, Miles, you were talking about getting a hot fudge sundae.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think I had a hot fudge sundae. I had something recently. Oh, I had some chocolate mousse.
All right.
That was probably pretty good.
It was delicious.
Yeah, come a little chocolate straw thing.
There was that little thing in there.
I like that thing.
It was.
I'm not sure what that is, but it's delicious.
It's good.
Either am I. And that's what I'm saying. Just as adults, it may be just because, I don't know, the doctors told you or you're watching your weight. You just don't eat as many sweets as you did as a child.
Sure.
But you're always happy. You know what I mean?
And it's funny. Now that you're an adult and you can eat sweets and you can buy your own, you don't.
Well, and dessert's also a weird thing, too, right? Because if there's donuts here that somebody brought in.
Gone.
We'll eat some donuts. But I wouldn't count that as having dessert.
It's not, even though it's nothing but sweet. You can eat 3 of them, call it breakfast, and no one bats an eye. But if I said, oh, well, I had a slice of cheesecake for breakfast, then people will think you're crazy.
Correct. And if you ate a thing of donuts at night, you're having dessert.
Right.
But for some reason, daytime donuts, that's just a donut.
Right.
It's not dessert. Right? I mean, look, I've done it. Then you got to dinner that night. I couldn't possibly have dessert. I watched you eat 2 Krispy Kremes earlier today. So everybody likes a good dessert. I have some of the most popular dessert in every state. Number one on the list was ice cream. It was number one in 5 states.
Yeah, that makes sense.
California, Illinois, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and D.C., which technically is a territory, not a state. Let's see this. Idaho, Minnesota, New Hampshire, and South Carolina. What do you think they picked for their favorite dessert?
I'm going to say some kind of pie. Only because South Carolina's in there.
South Carolina throws it off, but think more of like New Hampshire, Idaho, and Minnesota.
Something warm.
No.
Cheesecake?
Peach cobbler?
No. Think of something. What do you eat in the hospital?
Jello?
Jello.
Jello? That's your favorite dessert is Jello.
That's bone marrow.
Yeah. Sweet bone marrow.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. I'm just like, Jello, like that, come on.
That's your favorite.
It's not the worst thing for you health-wise.
No, it's not. I just can't believe it would be anyone's favorite dessert with
it's
all
not,
of the
but
dessert
that's why,
options.
Right, that's why you give Jello to like kids and old folks.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, you might keep Jello in your house if you want something sweet, but you don't want to eat anything too sweet.
Right, you don't want calories. All
right, but I'm just saying, if somebody asks you your favorite dessert, you'd be like, Jello.
If it's a Jello shot, I'm taking it every time. Other
just
than that, I don't get excited about Jello.
Yeah, just like get out more.
And Jello shots have the cheapest vodka in them.
Well,
Always,
sure.
Always.
Listen, I mean, it's like there's certain things you don't need good booze for. Jello shots,
right?
If you have
your holiday punch, probably.
You're not putting in $high stuff in the punch.
No, I was going to say same thing with like Bloody Marys.
Right,
like
exactly.
I know some people are like, oh, look at this high class vodka. I'm like,
Why?
you're putting it in tomato juice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Yeah, you're getting a vodka soda. Go ahead and get that upcharge. You know, get something good in there. Let's see. This is kind of interesting. Now, listen, I know we talk about this all the time. Sheet cakes, it's kind of become a thing now where people are like, oh, I go get a sheet cake.
Mm-hmm.
But Texas sheet cake is something different. So they're not just saying a flat cake. Texas sheet cake is like pretty short. It's got a ton of cocoa and chocolate. It's almost like fudge.
Oh, really? Huh. I did not know that.
You've never had it down in Texas?
No, man. I don't think I've ever eaten dessert when I'm in Texas. I'm not even kidding. I'm trying to think of something. We eat a ton of food, ton of barbecue, all the sides that go with it, man, whether it's rolls, biscuits, mac and cheese. I don't know that I've ever really eaten dessert.
There's some. Is it like a Mississippi mud pie? Oh, that looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, they are really good, but they are super rich. It's like a giant, super rich brownie.
I'm down with that.
I know, that's why, like, in the last 10 years, people started talking about buying sheet cakes, and I'm like, you got a Texas sheet cake? That's awesome. They're like, no, I just got one of those cakes at the store. I'm like, that's not...
That's actually awesome, too. It's just not a...
It is. For me, I grew up knowing what a Texas sheet cake was, so I'm just like, that doesn't count. That's just a cake you bought at a store.
Right.
But anyhow, Thrill, I'm not shocked you haven't had any of it in Texas, because the Texas sheet cake was number 1 in 4 states, but not Texas.
Of course.
Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, and Ohio. Texas, this won't shock you if you've ever been to a barbecue joint. Texas picked pecan pie.
Yeah,
That makes
without a
sense.
doubt, dude.
That makes sense.
That's one of my favorites.
It does. And if you're eating a pork-based barbecue like in the Carolinas or something, I can almost guarantee you if they have something sweet, it will be a peach cobbler.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just kind of how it goes. Cobblers are awesome.
And you go south, key lime pie.
Also delicious.
I had some key lime pie the other day. I will say this. I was on the East Coast this summer and had a double-crusted key lime pie. Yeah, so it had like crust in the middle.
Man. Yeah.
Key lime pie, I know key lime pie, the idea of it, right? Because it comes from Florida and stuff. And so it's hot out, so you don't want anything heavy. But every time I eat it, I'm like, I don't know why I don't eat this more often.
Do you guys like cold pies at all? Like Boston cream pie, coconut cream pie, Mississippi mud pie?
Boston cream pie I love. Coconut, just too much in there. But yeah, I like a cold pie. I mean, look, I like any pie. Well, except it has coconut.
Yeah, right.
Pizza pie. Let's see this. 3 other states, was going to say, the other 3 desserts that had 3 states each were brownies, carrot cake, and funnel cake. Maryland, actually, it was the funnel cake. Same with Virginia. And I'm like, yeah, that's got to be the influence of going to the beach and because if on the East Coast, there's all those boardwalks. All summer long, you get funnel cakes, as opposed to just waiting for like the Washington State Fair or something. So I could see where people would put that on there. And funnel cakes are delicious. I don't know if I call them my favorite.
It's basically a deep fried pancake.
Yes.
Same batter. It's just
It's
more
lighter.
It's somewhere right between your grandmother's or your aunt's pancakes.
Dear God, man. And next level S right
Yeah,
there.
that's why your kid went nuts. It basically just had a funnel cake with syrup poured on.
Oh, I know. I'm like, I know why you like it. You're eating dessert.
Oregon, they went carrot cake.
Really?
I'm not shocked by that.
All right, Oregon.
I'm not either. Yeah, I still can't get over them just picking Jell-O. Texas, the pecan pie. I will say this. My buddy is from Missouri, from St. Louis.
All right.
And his wife makes a gooey cake. It is the most delicious thing you'll ever have in your life.
How does it work?
It looks like lemon bars.
Okay.
But it's not a lemon bar, and it's just like congealed like sugar and other stuff. I'm almost positive, I watched a show on it, that it was made by mistake. Kind of like somebody just dumped all this stuff in there and we're like, ooh, this is good.
Turned out well.
But it is phenomenal.
My grandmother used to make and I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's a lot like kind of tiramisu-ish, but pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I remember that.
God, that was good. She could really nail that one.
Somebody here, they've been going on about this all day. I will finally read this.
All right.
But I agree with them. As far as desserts go, because we were talking about hot fudge sundaes and all that, they're like, can McDonald's bring back the caramel sundae? Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah.
Those things were legit.
Well, and that's a good point, too, right? As far as candies go, like, I generally will get, like, a chewy candy or, like, chocolate candy. I never think about grabbing caramels. But I'm with you. If I'm eating ice cream, like, having a huge swirl of caramel syrup all day.
So good.
That's why the salt and caramel ice cream is so good.
Mm-hmm.
They just stick it in there. I like it hot, though. You're right.
Yeah, for some reason, it's just one of those things.
Get a little hot caramel.
Yeah.
Gonna be a hot caramel night tonight, baby.
Well, I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm blatantly just thinking about American Dream Cone because it's got caramel.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's got caramel in there, and it's super delicious. But I tell you what, that's what states like, and they like those desserts. Chef's advice, you go out this weekend. You get the dessert.
Get a dessert.
You know she wants it anyhow.
Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up in minutes, Will Tringham will tell us for the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines that he is not working on.
Alrighty, a new study found that the least affordable state in the U.S., Florida.
The least? What?
The least affordable state in the U.S. is Florida.
What
I figured Hawaii.
Right? Or
Are
maybe
they talking about, it can't be housing prices, right? And it can't be really cost of living. Miles, you were just there commenting on the fact that you had a massive breakfast and dropped $26.
Hear you.
Right?
Well, we had this conversation the other day, too, which it would be a nice index as far as when you travel. So, or if you're going to live somewhere. So, for an example, if you go to Canada, the dollar is worth X amount compared, to
the Canadian dollar.
Right? Same with Mexico.
Yeah, I just went there and it's 20 pesos to $1.
So, I think they should do it per state, per area, per city.
Sure.
So, if you were to go to, say, I don't know, Los Angeles, California, or Southern California, maybe the dollar there is equivalent to, let's say, 80 cents.
Mm-hmm. But your money doesn't go as far.
Sure. Now, if you were in Hawaii, your dollar is maybe worth 60 cents.
If you go to Kansas City, after having gone there and picking up a tab for dinner for 6 people and spending less than $150, your dollar's worth $1.25. If you come to Seattle, your dollar's worth maybe 85 cents.
Right. Maybe it's cost of living versus possible income.
It might be possible income because the less it costs to live somewhere, typically the less they pay. But then the flip side of it is, even if it's not housing, if you go out for dinner in Florida, it is considerably cheaper than it is, I can't say Washington State, but certainly in Seattle.
Sure.
Right?
I think Florida also just has some expensive spots, right? Like everything in Miami's expensive.
Yep.
Right.
Orlando's just expensive because of Disney and stuff.
And a lot of it might be insurance, right? If you buy a home, because everything they're sinking and falling apart, right? You're spending a lot more for insurance there.
Speaking of Florida, they've got a new creature to keep an eye out for. Are you ready for this?
Oh, boy.
South American penis snakes.
Did you look at a picture of it?
I did.
It looks like a penis.
It looks like a penis.
But they're harmless. Just like a penis.
They tend to be.
It just sounds like an insult for a dude.
South American penis snake?
Hey, you out here looking like a South American penis snake.
I think it sounds like a compliment. That guy's got a South American penis snake on him.
A kid in New York City caused a bomb scare earlier this week after he forgot his science experiment on the bus.
What was his science experiment? A bomb?
The thing is that they said it kind of looked. It had a couple canisters that had liquid in it. There was wires and a clock on the thing. So they were like,
Jesus.
It looks like a bomb.
Right.
I am interested. What was he building?
Right?
A bomb.
Like, was it some weird clock, the one where they plug the clock into the potato or something like that? Like, was he trying to go off something like that, maybe? I don't know, but...
And why did he have uranium?
That was the real worry.
How did this kid do this?
Is that C4?
Yeah, like, all right, we got it. I think we have to give you an A, but how did you do this?
Damn. There's a new product gaining traction on TikTok, a pet carrier trolley. It's about $140. It's a clear plastic, basically a suitcase that your animal can fit into, and you can roll it down the sidewalk. It's got a big old extendable handle on it. It's got the 4 wheels that move independently, so you can walk it just like your luggage through the airport, but on the sidewalk, and your cat can
Wow,
fit
that's
in there.
pretty stupid.
It is.
Actually, when we were at the airport, it's kind of sad. We were at the airport a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, and there was a family, had a lot of baggage, but they had 2 pets, all right?
All right.
And I think one was a cat, one was a dog, but either way, the dog's carrier was on the floor. And the dog looked terrified, which we understand, because there's a million people around, all the smells. And then there's a cat, just doing what cats do, but that carrier was on top of the suitcases. And then the suitcases tipped over, man.
Oh,
and
no.
Oh, yeah. So the carrier, it didn't pop open or anything, but this thing slams on the ground, flips over. I'm like, this cat is going to rip your face off when you finally let it out.
Gentlemen, what day is coming up here very, very shortly?
Uh-oh.
Mother's Day.
There you go. But we still have some time. So if you're still thinking about what to get your mother this year, a recent poll shows that mothers really appreciate the personal stuff. And we also have a list here of the top 10 things that mothers, quote unquote,
this will be helpful.
love getting for Mother's Day. That's right. So if you still got like 10 days or something like that. Like,
when is it? When is Mother's Day?
It's
next Sunday?
You got it. Yes.
I think also, like, for a lot of you out there, just if you want to make your mother happy, just finally make something of yourself.
Oh, wow. Get that haircut she's been asking you to get.
I was thinking about sending some salmon, but now
meet a woman already.
Now I got to straighten my life out.
It's the one day a year that you call your mom. Maybe call her, somewhere else.
I call my mom a lot of things.
That's Father's Day, because Mom always checks in.
Yeah, moms will call you on Mother's Day.
Hey, it's Mother's Day.
Why would you call me? I'm getting ready to go to bed,
These are the top 10
man,
things.
my mom called me one year. It's like, you haven't called yet. I'm like, it's 9 a.m. here.
I know.
Like, it's Sunday. I just got up.
It's noon.
Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Click.
These are the top 10 things that moms love getting for Mother's Day. Number 10 being getaways or vacations. I don't care if it's a mom.
Yes.
Yes.
That is not exclusive. Right. We all get that.
But are they at that certain age where
Who's ever given you a trip?
you can kind of fudge what a trip counts as? You just buy them a hotel room somewhere and say, hey, airfare not included.
They're leaving the light on for you.
Guess who's going to Tacoma?
Yeah.
Number 9, clothing or shoes. See,
Just buy small, no matter what. Oh, I always thought you were small.
Right.
Trust me.
I mean, I think
Like
with
that.
Mom, you can get away with buying more clothes, but just in general, don't buy any woman shoes.
no. Because I guarantee you can't do it right.
No, that's exactly it.
You buy practical ones so they can walk in.
And no matter what, if you're going to get your mom, any other lady, clothing of any kind, keep the doggone receipt because it's going back.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah,
They're
it is
going to go
going back.
They'll return it and get the thing they really want.
Right. It's the thought that counts in that moment. But so make sure that you buy it from the right store and then keep the receipt. These are the top 10 things that mothers love getting for Mother's Day. Number 8, household gifts.
Well, I mean,
Is that like a plant?
I guess, maybe a picture or
Find a spot for this.
Like a sign?
right? Yeah. Some sort of decor maybe.
Hope lives here.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah. Oh God. Do I really need to read when I go in your living room? Oh, now I got to read in the kitchen too. What does this say?
I have one of those signs sitting at, like, all my liquor bottles are in front of it. And it's only because...
It's a joke.
No, it's my mom gave it to me. Oh. So I just feel guilty. I even told her when she was here last week, I go, hey, that's only there because you gave it to me. Like, I would have thrown it out. Why did you give me that?
None of this smells like Ted. It's got a big spotlight on it.
Well, my buddy made a picture that it was already a photo that he repainted it.
yeah.
And it's super creepy, and it looks like the woman's eyes are following you all over the room.
Oh, well,
Man, everybody hates it.
I was
but
in a
it's pretty
house
cool.
recently that there was letters everywhere. The bathroom had letters. There was a lot of reading involved.
Bro, you were at a frat house.
No. I don't speak Greek.
Every recipe in this
Hero.
house is made with a dash of love.
Oh my God! It's just like, why am I just reading signs?
Number 7, electronics. feel like this day and age, electronics are becoming more and more of a very fun gift.
I bought my mother-in-law an iPad, and she never opened it up because she didn't want to learn how to use it. So be careful.
That's my issue, right? Technology sometimes, like they just don't want to.
They need comfort.
Yeah. Now, watching my mother try to use electronics, that's the gift in and among itself. If you want to hear a woman I don't understand it.
Give it time. It'll tell you what you need to do. We're okay.
I like my mom. I'm like, what happened to your computer? I don't know my password.
Damn.
Like, to the computer? Like, that one's pretty simple.
Right.
Come on. At least remember that one.
And she's like, I called them. They couldn't help. I'm like,
because it's your password.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
You ever gone to someone's house with their blue, their
Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi is.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it is XJ789.
Yeah, it's
my account number. 574321. 68 uppercase R. Like
it's never like Jeff.
Do you know you could just put in your own name?
Exactly.
I will say I am guilty of that one. I've changed my Wi-Fi password a couple times.
Put it in the drawer.
And I never, I should have put it in the drawer, but I never did. But my phone just sinks into it.
Yeah.
Right.
So whenever I have people visiting, they're like, what's your Wi-Fi password?
Don't know.
Like, oh, damn it. I forget.
Underscore.
Yeah. Number 6, jewelry.
Well, okay.
Okay. If you know what your mother likes,
there you go.
I think a daughter would be better doing that than a son.
Right. Well, I know my mom loves nipple rings, so I just
Yeah. Or studs.
I just get the lady straight. There's some barbells. Yeah.
Take a moment if you're going to go with jewelry. See what kind of theme that they're going with. Do they like stuff that tends to be a little bit smaller or thinner? Do they like big, flashy stuff? Do they?
Mom, did you pierce your labia?
I think moms, though, you're looking more like a charm bracelet.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Thrill, you could get one with a tiny little gecko on it.
She's got that one with the little guy that's kind of like holding on for dear life.
Yeah. I like to see the TSA. Oh, I forgot. Digging down. Right. Oh, here it is. Put in the thing. Ding.
These are the top 10 things that moms love getting on Mother's Day. Number 5, the tried and true, guys, flowers.
Sure.
Miles, just make sure that you get the right ones. I think that one you can get the friendly flowers.
I would have to look at the color coding.
I feel like
if this is the opposite.
Because you gave me the color that says you want to have sex with me. I know. I didn't know. I did not
For
know.
your mother, don't go red roses.
No.
Oh, really?
Honestly, just go.
Oh, no, because that's romantic.
Oh, that's romantic.
Right.
And I don't know your relationship with your mother, but I would.
And head away from roses.
I think I've sent her red roses before.
Have you?
Yes.
I'm sure it's
because it's the Mother's Day. Well, I guess you're sitting next to your wife.
But moms know their sons are stupid.
Yeah.
Correct. Your wives hold you accountable. Your mom's just like, I know what you're trying to do. It's fine, dummy.
Just go with the standard bouquet, man. Lots of different vibrant colors.
That's the way to go.
Right.
Mike.
There you go.
You don't understand, Mike. When you order the flowers,
I
okay,
know.
you see them on the picture.
Yeah.
All right? The local florist does the best they can with what they have available to get as close to that as possible.
What?
It's not what you think. Okay, so I...
Really?
Not
Oh,
only
That
no.
sucks.
No.
Why is it on the website if you can't do it?
Because generally, most, like 70% of the locations have that flower available, but in some areas of the country, depending on everything else, they don't necessarily have exactly what you see.
Right.
So trust me, I've shown the picture of what I
That's what I
ordered,
wanted to send
and
you.
then I get the picture back of what they delivered, and I'm just like, oh my God. Well, at least they gave something, but...
Number 4, gift cards or gift certificates.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a slam dunk every time. Number 3, yet again, these are getting very, very easy. Chocolate, fruit arrangements, other edible gifts. Yeah, they're fleeting, but so is Mother's Day.
Well, she was mad about the edible underwear.
There's nothing wrong with ordering your mom her favorite food. If you know what that is and you can get it from someplace, if she's like, oh, I love
Little
food.
candy basket. You bet.
Whatever it is.
Do it, man. Number 2.
I thought you gave my mom a gift certificate for crab cakes.
Perfect. Hey,
I sent my mom, seriously, I sent my mom, my grandmother, a big box of salmon from Pike Place Market.
Yeah, perfect.
And they are happy for months.
Mm-hmm. And then number 2 is personalized gifts.
All right.
Yeah, best mom in the world. The mug, you can get her one every year. It works.
Do they have one that says, like, second best mom in the world?
They've got to. There's some website out there.
Best stepmom kind.
You're good enough.
Yeah, good enough.
Thanks for loving that guy.
And this is the absolute number 1 thing that moms just love getting for Mother's Day. we've already said it, homemade gifts.
All right.
Ooh.
Really, anything that you can just put together, some thought and effort into it means the world to them.
So what it is, Mom, see, I put my hand on a paper plate, and it's now a turkey.
Which is actually more creative than what we used to do, which is just dip our hand in paint and then stamp it on the plate.
Stamp it on there. Yeah.
Call it good. I'll just write my name in like a little black like Sharpie marker.
I know who you are. I'm not an FBI profiler. I don't need your fingerprints.
How do you spell your name wrong?
That's just it. I spelled my name wrong.
A Canadian man is facing deportation from Bali due to his actions, and you will never guess what he did.
What did he do?
I will tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on your way coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-421-ROCK.